changed and how, just everything about her. Hazel is a tomboy. She likes to have fun. She's not serious at all. Not a serious girl. So this person I'm seeing online, this conniving, manipulative person, this character that I've been watching this season and last season is not like her at all. I have no clue as to who that person is. And some of y'all have become a fan of that. And that's cool. But that's just not who I know. I don't know her. And maybe she changed, and maybe that's who she always was. But that's not who the person who I befriended. I don't befriend people like that. I try to keep peace around me. I try to keep positivity around me. I'm older now. I'm not in my 20s anymore. It's like when you get to a certain age or a certain stage in life, you just want to have peace around you. You want to have good people around you. You want to have, like just happiness around you. And it was just like, it started to be a whole lot of drama and a whole lot of mess with these women that she don't know. And I'm like, why do you care? This is a job for you. This is just a job. Why do you care? She's sitting up here crying over this woman. So, anywho, after she sends a text message, and I'm calling my friends, and I'm telling my friends, like, what's going on? And they're like, Gigi, like, no, Monique, like, give her the benefit of the doubt. She's, possibly going through something, and yada, 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 yada. And I'm like, nah, I know her. Like, she blocked me from everything, social media, her phone, everything, because I'm trying to send her a message, because I'm about to pull up. And if I ain't think she was gonna call the police on me, I would have pulled up, but I'm like, no, I'm gonna let it simmer down a little bit, but it didn't. So I gave it a couple of days, and after those couple of days, I called Candace. Her and Candace were actually really good friends at the time. Well, they were cool, at least I thought she was, because, Monique has shared with me that, even though Candace didn't bring it, she liked Candace. And when I say bring it, like for the cameras at that time, Candace's first season, she thought was very weak. Like who she is in person, she's not bringing that person on camera, yada, 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 yada. So, but they were cool. They had a relationship. Candace invited me to her engagement party. Like me and Candace were cool. It wasn't like she was just this random person. Like I called Giselle, was not, had some type of rapport with, So I called her, and I'm talking to her about what happened between Monique and I. And Candace was very neutral. And she pretty much said, it's just so unfortunate that when you have these situations with friends, it's just as hard as a breakup with a boyfriend, even harder, because you have, like, your friends know you in all aspects. They know you intimately. They know your desires. They know your fears. They know everything about you. So those type of breakups are very, very hard, but give it time. Gigi, I think that this would pass, and yada, 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 yada. But she's being very positive in those moments, and I love Candace for that. But the hood in me did not. The hood in me wanted to say, I need somebody that's going to be on Monique with me. Because I was mad, child. I was hurt. I was like, she just going to dispose of me. And I've been her friend. I've been her ride or die, And it's like, because my intent was never malicious. Like, the thing with Chris, like, I don't know what conversation that he had with her. And what I felt in those moments, like, you don't say those things to me through text. Now, had she called me and said something after she said, and if she can't have the it's not true conversation with me, because I was there. So the train of thing is not true. So y'all think that while I'm in a situation, I'm going to call my husband and make up a whole lie to my husband and tell my husband something going on in the club that partially has nothing to do with me. I'm just going to make this whole thing up to my husband. For what reason? What reason would I have to make this whole thing up to my husband? Okay? I have none. That makes absolutely... Make it make sense. Make it make sense. It doesn't. What reason would I have to lie? No. Y'all, reach it. Reach it. Reach it. Reach it. Doing all that. Reach it. You know? So, I'm like, a real friend would not have that conversation with me through a text message. And because she couldn't have that that's not true conversation with me, I figured she could at least call me and be like, girl, you think I got something going on with such and such and such and such and such? Oh, girl, you tripping. You know, because she's silly like me. She's very silly. Like, she would have laughed. If it wasn't true, she would have laughed it off. If those were my thoughts and I actually interpreted those thoughts to somebody else, like she would have reacted a completely different way with me. And because I know her and the type of friends that we were, she would have laughed it off and she would have said, oh, girl, you know, she would not have gotten mad to the point where it's like, I need to delete you out my whole entire life. So I was hurt. Like, man, you've been friends since what, 2005? 2004, I'm trying to think of how old my son was. I think my son was like 4 or 5 at the time. He was maybe 4. Yeah, he was maybe 4. He was like 4 years old. So it was like 2003, 2004. So we had been friends for a very long time. And, you know, so for somebody to dispose of me that way and not hear my side of the story, I'm not sure because I don't know what he said to her, you know, and I'm figuring that allegedly maybe when she said that she was pregnant, because like I said, when she told me she was pregnant, it was like a happy thing. It was a happy feeling for me, you know, like life, giving life is an amazing thing for anybody. So I'm figuring maybe that triggered something in him, and this is just my opinion. I don't know. So maybe I shouldn't speak on that whole part because of my little please end this. But since she don't care about that joke, because I served her with one too. After she did that whole little episode and sending me that, you know, I sent her one as well. But since she don't care about it, you know, whatever. But I'm going to still try to abide by, you know, whatever. Because I don't want her to take my infinity. I like my infinity, child. I love my little infinity. My infinity is nice. And I don't need her trying to take it or add to her collection of homes. So sorry, I gotta make a little fun. Oh, but anyway, all right. Anywho, so I'm figuring he said whatever he wanted to say to her to get her riled up to, you know, dispose of me like that. But, you know, in my hurt, I'm like, whatever. So after I had the conversation with Candace, I'm a horrible storyteller, by the way. After I had my conversation with Candace, and she was very positive, then I think the next day or 2 days later, I sent her a message. I was like, hey, what's Sharice's number? So, she sent me Sharice's number. It was no conversation really about it or anything. She was like, oh. No, I told her as, hold on. Let me put y'all on pause right now so I can see exactly what I said to